Welcome back to Stuke's Baseball Cards and Curiosities. This is Scott, aka Stuke. I'm going to go over the oversized cards and photos that I picked up at the National. This is video number 3. And this one, we'll see how fast it goes. I picked up a lot of oversized items, especially at the 50% off booth. But there's so much great stuff at this show. I wish I had another week to go through everything in the show and enough money to last that long. But these were great deals that I picked up. At least I thought so for me. While everybody's out there chasing the $3, $4, $5, $20, $30,000 cards, I'm out there, maybe getting 20, 30. I did get one card that was marked over 300, but I got it for quite a bit less. So here's the oversized national purchases from 2026. We'll start off. I picked up a bunch of Mickey Mantle greeting cards from a guy. He had bought out a Mickey Mantle collector, and they're from that artist, Georgia Peach. I got 5 different ones from him. Let's do it cheek to cheek. They're supposed to be funny, so this one's for your birthday. You and me forever. They've already been folded, so I'm going to put them in the 6x9 holders. Sit tight, honey. I'll be home in a minute. Here's an item I picked up from Johnny Ramirez. First booth to the right in the vintage section. He's one of the guys that made the Venezuela trek years ago. We talked about him selling the Venezuela cards back in the 90s. How I remember buying a whole Yankees team set from '66 for him, from him, and it was like $200 for the whole set, whole team set with Maris, Mantle, everybody in it. But this is J.D. McCarthy, 8x10. You may see this image on a postcard, but this is like hard stock. It's not the flimsy, glossy photo. It's a thicker photo. And he said they got it from the files over at J.D. McCarthy. Here's one of the football sets I picked up. This is the 8x10 Tang from 1962. There's 8x10 photos of all the NFL teams. There's Washington Redskins. I'm not going to go through them all, but every team has a 8x10 photo and they're really nice shape. And probably the reason they're in really nice shape, I got them with the original envelope with the original owner's address on it. And Tang put these out in 1962. Next up, we have a photo of Benny Koff and his wife. And this is from 1920. Giants are finishing their training in San Antonio. Type 1 photo. Pretty cool, I thought. Here's a picture of a Negro League player. Pablo Paget, or from 1941. I'm not real familiar with how to pronounce his last name. I know there's another guy with the major leagues right now with his Same last name. And here's the original photographer. This is from Mexican League. Luis Castro Photography. And my favorite photo is this 1955 Reading Indians with a young Roger Maris down in that first row. Next we have 1923 Chicago Cubs at Universal Studios, Universal City in Hollywood. This is back when their spring training was Catalina Island, just off the coast of California. And next we'll go over some of the smaller oversized items. These I've never seen before. I thought they're pretty cool. They're 1979 Handyman stores, 3Ds, and that's Lloyd Free, later to be called World Be Free. Big time score for the Philadelphia 76ers. And here's his teammate. These are all San Diego players. This is Freeman Williams and the Handyman. This one has a cool story. This is Cool Papa Bell as manager of the Kansas City Monarchs. And the booth I got it from were the original people to make these sets. They said there's only 3 sets that they didn't sell. They're going to family. I looked on the internet and the sets are going for a pretty good price right now. I've seen them where Cool Papa Bell has signed them. Here's a 1937 Kellogg's Pep stamps. There's a Gabby Hartnett, another Frank Thomas, and George Lott, Pompoon the racehorse. They've got really cool backs too. Instructions on and advertisements. Here's from Match Game, where the Yankees did like their own match game on the actual Match Game show. But there's Mickey Mantle in the middle with Whitey Ford and Joe Pepitone on the sides. Here's a snapshot, Mickey Mantle warming up. Not quite game time. You can see not a very big crowd out there. Here's another Mickey snapshot. That looks to be a little bit newer. Roger Maris snapshot. It's Mickey Mantle Clinic postcard schedule. It is signed by Mickey, but it faded away. You can kind of see the banana of one of the M's there. Guy gave it to me for $30. Figured that was a good deal just to have the postcard. And it's Dexter Press. Just fun stuff that you can find for good deals. And here we go with my favorite part of collecting. Exhibit cards. Here's the ones I picked up at the National. Johnny Logan. Eddie Robinson. These all have something to do with the size of the printed in USA or made in USA on the bottom. Here's Vern Stevens. Oh, that was Moose Scarwin beforehand. He was a great guy to talk to. He's had some great stories. I remember sitting in the bar in Fargo after one of the American Legion World Series banquets in 1983, and he was in the corner telling all kinds of stories about Mickey and Billy and Whitey sneaking in the windows of the hotels, and they'd get Mickey and Whitey in, and Billy would get caught red-handed by the trash cans. Here's a worn spawn that I needed. I think I got about 5 or 6 of them, different variations. Gus Triandos. And Larry Doby with the scratched off print. And this scratch off, you can see the scratch off. Let me get it focused. See where it says an exhibit card on the one side. It's scratched off on there in white. I don't know if you can see it very well. And then this was a gift from Armor Coin. Rick at Armor Coin. Thank you very much, Rick. It was very generous of you. It is a card I needed. It's a 1963 stat back. 63, all the stat backs were red. And as it was good, I had a nice little visit with Rick at the Hyatt. He used to live in Twin Cities. Now he's retired to Florida, enjoying the good life. Still has a great collection of Armor coins. Here's a 1960s Topps Valentine Foldy. That's Jackie Kennedy, and here we have Mamie Eisenhower and Eleanor Roosevelt. And then you fold them up and try and collect the whole set. There is a Babe Ruth in the set. Any of you Babe Ruth collectors? And it's a sketch like that. This is one of my favorite pieces too. This is a ink blotter, probably 1951 or so. It has Joe Louis, Bob Cousy, and Ted Kluszewski on it. What the ink blotter is, before, when you had fountain pens, you would blot the pen on this kind of a felt back so the ink wouldn't run when you're writing on your actual document. And this is nice enough where they never used it. But that's a great Bob Cousy. Joe Louis also, and of course the big guns on Ted Kluszewski. Here's another Negro League photo. This is Max Manning, very well known for his spectacles. Played the Negro Leagues. Blank back, but it's an actual original photo. It's not easy, and this is his Cuban baseball team. That's who he's on this for this one, but it's just so great to find an original Negro League uniform or photo with player in uniform. Here I got a matchbook of Harold March. I also have a advertising piece, and he went by the nickname Mud March for some hockey skates back in the 30s. These are 1930s matchbooks, blank backs. Here's my pass. I was able to get a Fee Collier, Minnesota Lynx. They were going to give me Cameron Brink, and I go, do you have any Minnesota Lynx in there? So they looked a little bit, and they pulled this one out for me. It's kind of nice when you have a choice. And here's another item I got from Johnny Ramirez. A nice 52 Rawlings. You can see the date down there. 1952 Rawlings card of Stan the Man. Compliments of Rawlings. I think it's Rusty that has, somebody has one of these. I think it might be Rusty. But just look at that stadium in the background, just an awesome photo. And the final item, I got the 1952 Starkel decal, Roy Campanella without the envelope. I like them better without the envelope, even though they appear to have more value with the envelope. And then there's instructions. You're supposed to cut the name off the bottom to start with, and tells you how to use the decals. But that's a great shot of Campy. So thank you everybody for watching. I know these can get kind of long. I picked up like 80 some items at the National, and I got one more video left with the autographs from the National, and that'll be a short one because I wasn't expecting to buy any autographs. I went to 50 cent off booth, and I ended up buying some autographs like Bronco Nagurski, Lefty Grove. We'll show them to you later in another video. So thank you everybody for watching, and have a great weekend.